Welcome to the Smoke Podcast. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode
These people
of
crazy
the
on this
Smoke
show.
Podcast.
Yes.
I think, because Fabian close to completion on this building, he getting more and more
What is it?
special.
Am I getting special?
I think so.
Why you say that?
I think it's the fact that somebody got a birthday coming up this week.
Oh, Fabian. What you gonna cook us?
He got to work. Oh my God, he got to work on his damn birthday.
Yeah, work on my birthday.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. That's all I'm gonna say. Ain't
But
no
you just
love.
had yours, right?
I did, but I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, you was parlaying.
They turned
boy.
up, man.
Yeah, you was
They turned-
parlaying.
Let me just say for the record, Kimberly and Angie can no longer hang out together.
Was it that
no
bad?
more.
That is
I saw
terrible.
the pictures.
Oh, damn.
That is terrible. We are out of here in a couple more weeks.
They hanging out. They hanging out with God's other children and just doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, y'all. Hey,
Yes.
first,
Hey, you got to watch
first
this
This
one.
was the right
last
crew.
trip.
This
First
was the
trip,
right
last
crew.
trip.
You
the
gotta
right
get
crew.
you a good crew of women and roll out.
Yeah, and you know what? Because you know the cool thing, y'all came back friends. Because most women that travel together, they don't come back friends.
Oh no, these people real grown. When you stay in your own room, you real grown. So you
Yeah.
got time to get your. It was none of that.
Yeah, that's cool.
None of
That's
that.
cool.
We had a great
That's
time.
always good hearing that. That's
Yep, I got
always
to give
good
it up to
hearing
the bus line. I enjoyed that thing.
that. Oh, really?
So you could do everything but smoke on that bus, right?
Right, everything but that. But you could drink.
Could
They
you rate-
brought us lunch. I don't know if they would. Yeah, I would think not. It's not that big for you.
So that big ass cloud plume.
Yeah,
that's-
you
that
gotta go to the
probably
bathroom.
is.
You gotta go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
giveaway.
You gotta go to the bathroom for that.
But they had great snacks. They gave us lunch, which we didn't even know we were getting.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yeah, nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
that's something I'm talking
And
about
before
right
we
there.
knew it, we were in Nashville.
Yeah, that's cool. How long did you stay?
We stayed through Sunday evening.
Left Friday or Saturday?
We left Friday morning. We got there like, 1, 2, a little bit after 1. Right at 1, I believe, because we went to lunch. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. We got Rick, the spirit guy here.
What you got, Rick?
And I tell you what, Rick.
Once again,
you hit it big, man.
as my guy DJ Khaled said, another one.
I'm
a professional drinker.
You ain't lying about that.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. That initial bite
That
is a bite.
That initial is going.
Initial is a bite. It's gonna kick you in your ass.
Hey, it's like Muhammad Ali when the rope a dope. You go.
Not the rope-a-dope.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a Tyson blow. But if you can get past the first
Get
lick,
past the first lick, you
gonna love it.
Hey,
Oh, my God.
this is actually really good. But
Yeah.
I do recognize that it is 100 proof.
it's 100 proof.
And,
And what is it? Early time?
Early
Tell
time.
us a story on
As
early time,
is-
because I got a story about early time.
Oh, okay, good.
Do
good,
you?
good.
Yeah, I do.
Well, as is with any 100 proof bourbon, it's going to burn on the front. But this one, to pay homage to some of the older bourbons that have been doing it for years,
Right.
like Very Old Barton
Yep.
from the last show. Early Time's been around since 1860, making bourbon. And some of these guys out here are just newbies, and there's nothing wrong with that. But these guys have been around that long for that reason. They know what
1860. Wow.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, we kind of, the old charters,
Yeah.
ancient ages, if you've been around a minute.
A&A.
Yeah, A&A.
A&A.
So
Seagram
we lose touch with those,
Yeah.
but they're still around. They're just not on the forefront of what you see all the time. So this is another one. They just relabeled, they relaunched. They're doing.
They definitely did a rebrand on the
yeah,
bottle.
rebrand on the bottle, as well as Old Charter and all the other ones.
Yeah.
But it take you back to why they're still in business.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
And I'm going to have to agree with that, because my story of early times, anybody that really know me, I grew up, my great-grandfather was a bootlegger. In early times, Seagram 7s, A&A, he sold all that stuff in the pints and half pints. And I don't know how many times I had to reach in the closet, grab some early times, hand it to somebody. Yeah, he sold that thing for I think it was $4 a half a pint.
Right. And if you go back, you guys can get on the internet somewhere. Go back to the original bourbon tree. All of these bourbons that are out now, the Buffalo Traces and stuff like that, derived from these.
Wow.
It's exactly the same company, Sazerac.
So what does
Oh, really?
bottled? What does bottled in bond mean?
100 proof, bottled and bond. That's from the olden days, what they call something 100 proof is bottled and bond.
Wow.
It probably has a meaning that I'm not sure about. But again, anything bottled and bond always meant 100 proof.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
What you think, Kimberly?
We caught her. We caught her. We caught her.
She had to put a little water in her.
You know,
I did.
so on the initial taste, I was like, oh my God, it was strong. The second and the third and the fourth taste, like the initial taste is caramel.
Yeah.
Like I can even smell the caramel. It smells.
But
very,
I taste the honey too.
Oh yeah. This is great. I can see this.
Honey,
This would be one you get you a stick and you get you a bottle and you can sit and you can sip
And plan on going nowhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't go nowhere.
Plan on going
After
nowhere.
the third glass of this, you done.
Yeah, you
The
done.
third sip.
Yeah, you pretty much done. But that's the beautiful thing about it. That, you're drinking something that's actually so good when you get past the initial burn. You're like, okay, this is actually good bourbon. You got bourbons out there that burn to the bitter end.
Well, I mean, that's kind of it reminds
they're not going
me.
for flavor. They're just going for proof.
It reminds me of that Weller's. You get past that initial burn,
Right,
You
right.
drinking gold.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is the case.
So you basically got to burn your layer, your
Go ahead and burn your. What's that, Kimberly? Burn the first layer of your tongue off.
What it does, it wakes up your
the
taste
rest of your
buds.
palate.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And one more thing. In true tradition, this is not expensive.
Nah.
You can put this in an aerator and pour it, and people will swear, "Oh man, it's 100."
Hey,
It's
dude.
$150.
You know we had to.
This is $25.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were. We had a little Super Bowl. Not Super Bowl.
Sunday,
Why did I
first-
say Super Bowl? Because these Cowboy fans gonna think they're going to the Super Bowl. We
Y'all
had a little
not.
kickoff. We had a kickoff thing up here on the rooftop, and
Did you get an invite to Isaac to that?
it was Ike's idea. He didn't come.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I see, y'all had been you had took my wife out of town. So
Kidnapped her.
once you brought her back, I
Not once I brought her back.
was finally able to get out and do Ike, because
I think you did a lot of Iking, but okay, go right ahead.
probably so, because
You did a lot of Ike.
I did a lot of Iking. Sure did. I had my Melrose class of 1983.
Yeah, you did, man. I saw you
we,
all,
We parlayed. We had
all
a good time.
dude it up.
He was
had a
doing
good
it up,
time.
boy. He had his tux on, looking like a black
Country
James
pimp.
Bonnie. James Bonnie, not James Bond. James Bonnie.
Yeah.
Shaking, not stern.
Shout out to Melrose class of 1983.
Yeah, like y'all had a good time,
We had
man.
a good time. We had a good
19
time.
what?
1983.
72? Oh, okay. I'm
83.
sorry.
And listen, I want to give a special shout out to my friend Kenneth Beats. He's a classmate. He brought me 2 cigars, African cigars. Man, they were
How was
good.
it?
They were good. And he's going to be on the show. He just said, let him know. He said he wants to come down here and be on the show. This guy was he was a Army Ranger, so he got some stories to tell. So we're gonna get him on the show. There, we're gonna get him on the
That's
show.
Cool. We welcome. So Rick, tell us about R&R
Oh,
Wines and Spirits.
Well, shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Shameless.
I have a wine tasting. Excuse me. I have a tasting this Friday
Oh,
from 5 to 8.
Friday.
Friday. I think
It's
I
your
can make
stuff
it.
that you actually posted with the pineapple, gold pineapple bottle. It's called Panat. And I got all 4 of them.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
new to this market fairly. They're definitely new to.
Now,
to
are
the
they
very
sweet?
onion.
see now I'm gonna tell you. Hold on.
It's a liqueur.
Liqueur.
What
Okay.
got me was the shiny bottle. That's why I posted
Right.
on Facebook. I said
Right.
shiny stuff will
Right.
catch me up
Right.
every time.
Packaging they nailed.
But-
actually, it's good.
It's a cognac, vodka, and some kind of liqueur, some kind of sweet. So it is sweet, but it's getting the sweet from the fruit drink that they put in.
Oh, okay.
Right. It's
Yeah.
natural juices.
Yeah, it's natural juices, but
and the
it's
cognac
So
is
it-
VSOP.
So is it basically like
and
you?
and the vodka is Dutch.
So is
they
it like
putting
you
the best
put
stuff in.
vodka and VSOP in cognac and you just like a drunken pineapple, and that's what you get?
Of sorts,
the one
but
is the one that I bought was
they're
the yellow
pineapple.
one, and it's not. It looks like
Yeah.
you would think it was pineapple, but it's actually mango.
mango. Right. They're different. They're different flavors in each, but they're all shaped like a pineapple. You're not gonna drink a pineapple. When you drink it, it's gonna like, okay, this is
Something else.
passion fruit.
Yeah.
Or this is something else. It's not exactly pineapple, but they nailed the marketing with the bottle, man. The
They
bottle
did.
is really nice.
But you
And
said
did-
it's good.
And did you know you can take the top off and screw it on the top?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can take the top off.
You better
screw it
start
on the
asking
bottom.
him about
Okay.
your
And,
stuff.
and for presentation's sake, you'll have the bottom piece of the pineapple holding it up.
Oh, wow.
He to come by. It's pretty. It's gonna be pretty.
Oh,
nice.
And the wine
Absolutely.
tasting is when, Rick?
We're not-
Yeah, this Friday from 5 to 8.
I mean, it's not a wine tasting; it's a tasting.
It's a tasting.
Okay, I'm sorry
Yeah,
about
I'll
that.
be there.
Tasting
I'll
from
be
5
there.
to 8.
Of course you will be.
I'll
I'm
come by
excited
there.
about that one.
He said your favorite word,
Tasting.
liqueur,
No, I'm not a big liquor person.
liquor.
but
I'm a liquor person.
this is a good base for just about any cocktail you want to make.
Oh, okay.
No, I only
think
drink
that
it
the
sweet.
French-
I only drink it straight. I meant, I drink it straight.
and
You
it's
don't
good
need
straight.
anything with
it's,
it.
It's good straight, but it's
Yep.
not. It's like 35. It's
Okay.
like 70.
And what time it start?
From
5 o'clock.
p.m. to 8.
Okay. Well, y'all better
but
get
it's
that.
a
What's the address?
3481 Austin,
Austin
P.
P.
That's
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
You got to experience the
3481, man.
possibilities.
Yes.
Not you trying to
experience
quote the quote.
possibility. Yes.
Hey, quote the
yes.
quote.
Yes. If Rick ain't got it, you probably
can
don't
get-
need it.
Yeah,
And if,
it-
and if you need it,
He'll
then he
get
can
it.
get it. But if,
You know,
if he ain't got
Rick,
it in
you
the
basically
store,
like
you know,
Lenny. If you ain't got it, they ain't in there.
they ain't in there.
That's a good one. I'll coach you on that one.
All right, I appreciate it, Rick. Thanks
All
for
right,
coming
thank you,
through.
guys.
Thanks for
Thanks,
bringing another great bottle for us to share with our new guest. Man, this dude, man, when it comes to the political season, he's always there. When we come back, we're going to let him talk about this, talk about what he's doing. Smoke fam, we'll be right back.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Smoke Podcast.
Yes.
Man, Rick once again did his
He did his
doggone
thing,
thing.
man.
Woo woo! I like
Early
when Rick
time.
come,
I do too, man.
so we
I
don't
like
have
when
to
he-
explain the
You know
liquor.
what? It's like Santa Claus.
I know.
You like, okay, what is he gonna bring?
He'll have his little satchel.
Yeah, he
Open
has
that
a little
shit up.
bag.
He got his little
Yeah.
bag, boy. His little
What
Versace
you got for
bag.
us today?
And then we like, what you got today, Rick?
Like we fiending, yeah. That's terrible.
Oh man. I guess today, Cardell, what's going on, man?
It's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on, man. Tell everybody about yourself, brother.
I'm Cardell Orrin. I'm the Tennessee Executive Director with Stand for Children Tennessee. We're an organization that does advocacy, organized community organizing, especially around educational equity and racial justice.
Oh, but you also
Say
have
that in layman's terms. I'm just playing.
break it down for the smoke fam.
For the people that
We
ain't
work
highly.
with the people to try to change the system to better our whole city, state, county, to serve the people.
Thank you.
So
That's
basically,
what's up.
yeah, okay, and is that why you guys get behind certain candidates?
Yeah, we feel like, there's a few legs of the stool when you're doing advocacy. And
Right.
a lot of organizations, especially nonprofits, are generally C3s, which means that they have to be nonpartisan. So you can do advocacy, you can do organizing, you can do information and education in those areas. But we also have a C4 and we have a PAC so that we can get involved in electoral
Not
work.
the pack of it all.
So
You got some money behind it.
hey, we don't always have money. But we think that it's important to, even if we don't have the resources, to endorse candidates because we can work all the time to try to change policies with the people we got.
But you need some legislation.
But if we want to change the people that we got to really make change, then you got to make a choice. That's our chance as residents of the city, the county, the state, the country to make change. And we feel like it's important to stand up and make a choice.
So do you have to give equal access? Like, so if you give a Republican a platform to kind of tether to you guys, do you have to give a Democrat that same access?
No. So that's
So y'all can pick and choose who y'all want to.
yeah. So we
whoever's
actually
in best
endorse
interest.
candidates.
Yeah.
Who y'all endorsing?
Who are we endorsing for what?
Mayor.
For mayor, we are endorsing Van Turner.
Oh, okay. All right.
I gotta ask why.
Why?
Yeah.
When we went through an endorsement process, we always go through an endorsement process, and we interviewed everybody who submitted surveys. Also, that we also get to choose whether we think it's worthwhile to interview them.
Right.
So then we take them into interviews, and we really, and from experience, Van has always stood with people. And anytime that we asked Van to do something, I've known Van for a long time. So there's
Well, I mean, you're in the same boat that a lot of Memphians in. You know half the people and don't know half the people that's running
Right.
for a long time.
Yeah.
And that had to be hard for you guys.
Oh yeah,
Because a lot of these guys you've been friends and colleagues with for a while.
Yeah, and that's always the challenge of making a choice. Of
Is that
making
why
an
a lot of
endorsement.
people don't endorse?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because once you make an endorsement, I've talked to people over the years and
They
said
be
we're
falling out.
gonna
with
get
each other.
together a group and we're gonna put together a pack and we're gonna endorse candidates. And then I'm always looking because at the point that it gets to make a choice, you automatically make some kind of enemy. Hopefully it's not a petty enemy, but I've seen and I've had a few
Wow,
of those.
it's not personal.
Right. You would hope that it's not personal, but some
Right.
people take it personal.
Some people take it personal.
And they impact, I mean, over the years, I've been doing this now for almost 20 years. We got involved when we first started a PAC, me, Daryl Cobbins, Eric Robertson, 20 years ago, 2004, and Tamika Hart was our first campaign.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
I remember that.
when we got involved then, over the years, people get upset, and I've had, I was in business for 10 years. I've had contracts impacted because of choices that we made.
Oh wow.
Dang.
I've had elected officials talk about me behind my back, in front of my
Yeah,
face.
we're not
all
gonna give
around,
him.
like-
We're not gonna give him anything. He, he ain't good.
I could tell you some stories, but I mean, so
But it's not like you don't have a justification and a process of why. It's not all personal.
no, it's not personal at all.
Right. It's got you have a reason. Just
mean,
like they have a reason for running.
Exactly. The thing I tell is that my mom used to work for the teachers union.
My mom was a teacher.
Was she yeah. So my mom used to work for the teachers union, and I still worked for Stand for Children. And we did, we were more education reform. A lot of times we were opposite sides from the teachers union. We try to work together with them, but sometimes we pick different candidates. So when my mom was working at the union and running their political action committee, we were on opposite sides. So I always feel like if I can be on opposite sides from my mother in a
Right.
campaign,
You'll
it's
be all
never
right.
personal.
Yeah, exactly. How did that work with your mom?
I mean, we had discussions. I remember one time we were driving back from, I think, like New Orleans, and like for 5 hours, we went back and forth on like political debate about different things because we had different views on things.
Yeah.
And so I always think, and I've had friends like Fabian, like you were saying, that I've been on opposite sides from, and had to have discussions about whether we're going to endorse or not endorse. I got one friend I can think of who was like, well, y'all aren't endorsing me, and I'm gonna make you pay for that when I win.
Dang.
Or
Not him giving the,
at least
the
she said-
threat,
she
the
said-
veil of a threat.
she said it in a funny way, which was like, I'm gonna make you come and and beg me to support me in the general race because we weren't supporting in the primary.
right.
I'm gonna make you beg, and you'll have to do that for a couple months, and then we'll be okay. So that's fair.
Yeah.
But people who carry it for years, and there's some of those around too.
That's childish. They shouldn't be
I
mayor.
remember 30 years ago you didn't support me.
Yep. So early voting.
That was
early
30
voting.
years ago, though. Come on.
Early voting starts this Friday in Shelby County. There's
on the 15th.
Yeah, on the 15th. They've changed up the location. So if you voted someplace last year, you probably need to check and make sure because they have changed it up. There's some places that are no longer accessible. They doing construction at the building. So I think Berkeley, some church out that way.
Yeah, but the cool thing about early voting, you can vote anywhere.
You can work
Anywhere.
anywhere.
You can vote
Yeah.
anywhere.
There's, I
So
think,
you can't
18
lose, you can't
locations.
use that as an excuse.
Oh no,
You can
it's
vote
definitely
anywhere.
not an excuse. I mean, hey, no vote, no voice. I don't want to hear none of y'all crying when stuff ain't going the way you wanted to go and you didn't vote at all. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, who
Yeah.
does that?
A
Who
lot of
does that?
people.
And
A lot of people.
And I saw that they said that only 13% of people under, I forget the age, I think it was 25, are expected to even vote.
Wow.
13%. So you mean if there's 100 people, only 13 are showing up to even cast a vote.
And they make up about 30% of the
Voters, yeah.
registered
Yeah.
voters.
Yeah, and
They got a good voting block power, and they just don't realize
and
it.
that's the whole thing with millennials. They complain the most and vote the less.
They need to be getting on it.
I mean,
They the ones finna be here.
Yeah, they the ones trying to get them student loans paid off.
Right, y'all the ones
That's
want
the only
them
time
folks
they
to-
vote when somebody say, "I'm gonna
get
get
rid of
rid
your
of student loan." They show up in droves then.
Yeah, but
Right.
60 or 70% of the vote will be 50 plus.
Yeah.
But the actual age ranges, if you break it up into quarters, is about 30%, 25-30% equally in terms of voters registered. It's just people don't turn out.
But one
I hate
year,
that.
one
I hate
year,
to hear that. I hate that statistic.
And it's a problem Yeah, I mean, it's our problem as, advocates and supporters to try to give people reason, and I think elected officials, candidates, to show that there's a reason to turn out to vote, that there's an impact that you can have, especially when you think about local races. Like local elections really impact people a lot more than even the national races that get a lot more attention and a lot more voter turnout.
What do you think the disconnect is?
I think that, especially in Memphis, you just don't see the impact. I mean, when we have
right, because we could have the money, but we don't know where the money goes, or we don't know where it should be going.
And I would make the argument that we don't have enough money, that we don't collect enough revenue.
But I think that's because we don't have the right leaders asking for the right money.
I agree. I think that's true. Because to ask for money, you got to talk about where it's going to go.
Where it's gonna go, and half of them don't know where it's gonna go.
They don't understand the budget. I don't think that they really understand what they're working on. They're just up there saying yay and nay because their friend told them yay and nay.
So basically, to Kimberly's point, that means that's why a lot of people are not going to go vote. I mean, there's nothing in it for them. They can't feel it or see it.
Right.
An immediate gratification behind voting for somebody.
But I'd like to offer up a debate against that. You do see and feel it.
Well,
because these streets are terrible. You do see and feel it. If we're not getting the money that we need to fix our schools and fix our streets and all this stuff, where do you think that comes from?
Well, Kimberly,
that's immediately. That's not.
But
that's not,
and that's the difference. But to me, that's always been the difference between that I've always seen, and I could be totally wrong with Democrats and Republicans. Republican vote for the long run. Mm-hmm. Their vote affects their kids' generational.
You feel like they're looking out for them down the road.
Think about what Trump was able to do with the Supreme Court justices.
Well, that's true. 100.
That's going to affect our kids down the road.
And now
that was a long-term play. That was not a short-term play.
Plan, yeah.
No, it was probably a 10-year plan.
No, it was longer than that.
It was longer than that because they got younger. They went younger.
They went younger.
Yeah.
And these guys, these people,
they ain't going nowhere.
They ain't going nowhere.
Instead, we got people like Mitch McConnell and Dianne Funk, whatever her name is, sitting up there look like they about to pass any moment. When you should be really mentoring somebody to kind of take on your legacy and continue whatever their work is. We just keep missing the point.
I just got a breaking news text. Because of Fabian, Mitch McConnell will not be running in 2024.
Because of Fabian.
Because of me?
Yes.
You know what? I'll take it. I will take it.
If Fabian do that.
Mitch is going to sit his tail down somewhere. But ain't nothing wrong with him, though, of course. Ain't nothing wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong with him. He just, got a little stage fright.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
He was thinking.
He was frozen.
He was thinking.
What did you do, Ike?
Oh. That's terrible. But what's her face sitting up there looking like she walking dead? Her just looks on TV. Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, I was
she's
so
a Democrat.
glad.
So
what's our lady Nancy Pelosi? She was about to say
she running again.
Is she really?
She announced that she's gonna run again.
Nancy Pelosi she got a little spirit.
83.
Oh, 83. Woo, child.
hey, and that's 83 guys of the children years.
Yeah.
Nancy.
And you know what I saw?
So that means add 10 to the 83.
The chances of only 39% of the American Democrats said they would reelect Biden. I mean,
well, who we voting for? Who they gonna vote for?
I think they're going to end up voting for Biden. They just don't want Biden.
What is it that they want exactly?
Nobody knows.
I think people want freshness. Like they want something that they feel like.
So
is
do you think he
should
have just done this one term and then said?
I think so.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it's a challenge.
I
because
feel like
the political side of it,
right? Because it's a lot. I feel like at that age, it's time for you to enjoy life. Whatever I'm not saying wishing it on nobody, but you deserve that. I mean, I know you get the weekend or whatever, but you deserve whatever days. And golden days.
Speaking of 83 and folks running for office.
You want to talk about 83? 83 is the year that I graduated.
Nobody
1983
cares.
From Melrose.
Can we stay on topic
Wildcat.
with our guest?
He said 83, so I was just...
Who else is 83 that's running?
Harrington.
Dr. Harrington.
Harrington's 83.
He running?
You know what?
I ain't seen one sign.
No, he got a bunch of signs.
He got a couple of them.
He got a couple of signs. He ain't got much.
He don't run much of a campaign.
Man,
so what
he probably either gonna win or come in second.
So that's just
I don't think he will.
He gonna either win or come in second.
I think he could.
You don't think he could? You think he could what?
I think he could win if folks get confused. They don't feel like there's somebody really speaking
Standing
to
out.
them. And I mean, we're gonna have a lot of ads running over the next few weeks from, especially from.
I'm willing to put money down that he's gonna either win or come in second.
Well, don't give me my money
yeah,
now.
win or come in second. One of the two.
That might be a bet I'd take.
I might take you up on that bet.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't have that kind of faith.
But I think I was thinking about this earlier today, that I would say one of the biggest indictments, and we talked about why we didn't support certain candidates. I think that one of the biggest challenges Dr. Harrington has is if you look across the landscape, especially politically, who could you trace back to Dr. Harrington?
Oh, good question.
I mean, it's a great question, but the conversation we had earlier about who votes.
Well, yeah.
And there was a lot of people that are still alive that voted for Harrington back in the day.
Ooh, child.
That's true. So there's a comfort level.
So it's a comfort level.
But if we look at his legacy has always been, I'm the only one who can do it.
See, but
so it's never been, how do I bring up the next generation?
But
and that's what you need, though.
Here's the thing about that.
That's not the thing about it.
No.
Go ahead.
A lot of voters
snorted at the end of that.
A lot of and did it again.
That was Isaac.
A lot of voters are not us.
Yeah.
Well educated.
Well, who are they going to vote for? Who are these people voting for?
You remember Ricky Pete?
Your phone doing the
turn it
most.
I'm sorry, y'all.
You can just put it on silent. I got a
It
silent
is on
vote.
silent. It's on silent. See on the other side.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
My
it's
daughter,
important.
my
It's
baby, kept
important.
calling me.
So you remember Ricky Pete?
Who?
I said, Ricky, man, all this shit you done been in, why do people keep voting for you? Man, every time it's time to vote, we already know. That's what you get. We already know MLGNW gonna do something fucked up. So I call a press conference and I talk about MLGNW, and I get reelected.
Yeah.
That was his strategy,
Wow.
and it worked.
That and giving out turkeys and hams at Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Wow.
Coat drive.
Those folks remember that. And you know what? And one thing I used to love about Ricky, whenever you would see him on TV, Ricky could drop that one sentence, like he could give you that one liner. He could give you something that you could take back and run with.
Man.
Like in the day of memes,
Yeah.
Ricky would be the guy.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of truth to that.
But some of
We got too
the
much
old
to
school
do.
folks, they would play the politics, but they would also take care of some of the business too. I think one of the challenges I've seen over recent years is that some of our younger elected officials get in and get too enamored with the position. And
I
so
agree.
there was a lot from the old school.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fighting and not necessarily getting things done.
Right,
But they
right.
did have a focus on constituent services, getting something done, and they were they weren't afraid to say, well, we need some more money. We need more revenue. We need to put more money. Like a lot of times they didn't get it. They didn't fight hard enough, or they didn't have the power at the time. So right now, as black folks, we have a majority of the seats.
Right.
The city council,
Right.
county commission, black folks, Democrats. They didn't have that back then, but they fought for
But
it.
do you think that we're using it to our advantage?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we are.
Yeah.
I think that there is, what I would call how our economic philosophy here is trickle down.
Right.
We want to invest and give corporate incentives and think that that's going to create jobs and then going to create all this. And it doesn't work.
You just giving the city away.
We know it doesn't work. It didn't work when Reagan did it. It doesn't work now.
Yeah.
And so what you got to do is invest in people and communities. But I think our elected officials, Democrats, black folks, have been so convinced that businesses are going to leave or they're going to threaten to leave. But we have some of the lowest tax burden in the country. We're one of the best states and cities for companies. They don't base it just on property taxes. So it goes back to what you said about kind of that sophistication of understanding budgets and revenue and these other pieces to know they can threaten, but are they really going to pick up and leave?
Probably not.
No, they're not gonna pick up and leave. They got a good thing, and
I think that's where we short sell ourselves.
Right.
Absolutely.
We undervalue.
We have undervalued the whole
And we trying to
riverfront.
compete
They
talking about
like
competing
quick.
with Mississippi and Arkansas. We should be competing with Chicago and St. Louis.
because at the end of the day, we are the transportation hub.
But that could even be turned into like what Charles was saying when he was here, focus more on the technology of the transportation piece, and then that would draw in people with the income to support awesome
Well, I
downtown.
mean, and that's kind of what Fort and Blue Oval did. You know, they're focusing on the technology piece of it, and the STEM programs in Shelby County should be off the hook.
Off the chain.
It should be great, incredible.
Because if you going to college and you getting a degree, you're gonna need that job. You're gonna need a job. Especially if you trying to talk about going your field in the field that you would like to work in.
But even now with technology, you don't even have to go to college. I mean,
let me tell you something, honey. You really don't.
I mean, Code Crew is doing great work. You know, they train people on coding. And, you know, they can go from folks who come in they're making minimum wage, and they train them for a few weeks. And they go out, you know, making $60,000, $70,000 on a track of coding that'll get you into six figures.
And that'll get you into the six figures.
And Ike's son did that. I mean, he went to aircraft mechanic school at, Tennessee Tech or one of the technology schools?
Yep.
2 years done?
18 months.
18 months done. And I had a friend, he came over, shout out to my guy, Doc. Doc brought his son over here, and his son want to be a pilot, and he talking about going to school. I was like, well, you need to go to school to be a pilot. You just go get the hours.
Because that's what you're going to get. That's
yeah. I said you'd be better off going to aviation school or some kind of tech school, learn how to work on the plane yourself while you doing your you getting your hours.
And that's the focus that people can have as an education advocate. I don't want to say that people shouldn't go to college or there's not value in it.
But my whole thing is college is not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's not.
And we've got to address that. And you can do some of these things as you get a degree, as you do all of these things, so that we can see
because the
milestones
requirements are
along
not the
way.
same.
It's
Anyway.
not. When we were coming up,
we
had to go to college.
That was the only way you were going to get
that was
the
the only way
money.
they could differentiate us from.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to see if you could be committed to something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the part. I
that's
know
the
that when I
piece
was in
right
college.
there.
Like this is what I paid for college. This is my receipt.
This is my
Please,
receipt.
give me a job.
And
give
one
me that
thing
back.
they cannot do, they cannot take your degree from you. Whatever it is you got it in, that's your degree.
Now, I do want to ask everybody this, because I think everybody at this table got some form of a degree. Has anybody ever challenged you on your degree? Or even asked to see it, or even asked if you had it? I mean, they all asked if you had it.
No. We had to actually have it sent. I think when I was doing getting my clearance for the government.
Okay,
yeah, for the government though, that's different. They just trying to make sure you ain't lying. Right. Oh, you got a degree? Let me see it.
Yep.
Prove that.
Yep, I think I had that one or two times I've had to prove it.
I mean, I see you graduated. Oh, cool. Did you like it? Yeah, it was great.
Or what your grade point average was.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they don't care about that.
They don't even care about that.
They probably got a 1.5. Right. Barely skated up in there.
I mean, they always ask because I guess it's good to know, but I mean, you know.
It's a checkbox.
Yeah, it's a checkbox.
It's a checkbox.
Like you said, can you make it through? Can you prove that you can stay committed to something?
Yeah.
And get to an end?
Yeah, exactly.
That is all it was for. I'm so serious. And I'm a programmer. So my first programming job, I was sent to somewhere else to do more programming. We'll get trained. So I had my degree in programming, but I still had to go do more training.
Well,
then when I came back.
But the same thing is my son right now. He works for FedEx. He's an aircraft mechanic at FedEx. All of the planes that he's worked on, FedEx sent him to school to get certified on it.
You got to get certified.
So what's the difference?
Right. Yeah. So all he needed to know how to read and write.
Right. That's it.
You know, and retain information.
Well, you get taught a thought process. Like I went to school for computer science and engineering, but I didn't really learn how to program until I started working.
Job.
Right.
Yeah, I went to school for radio TV. We learned on antiquated machinery. The first commercial I shot in college was on a camcorder. So I started working at the TV station. We got this big ass camera that's worth $30,000, and I don't even know how to use it. And then I'm still in college, and I got to go back to college. I got to go back to my classes. Like,
we behind,
and I can't learn off of this.
Right.
You know, so.
But that's why at the time when I was in college, you had to do you had to go do an internship.
Yeah.
Away from college. You could not stay. You could not do it at the school. You had to actually go apply, you know, get your resume done, interview, get the job, and then move to wherever. I lived in Austin, Texas for a year. So.
Which is a good point. When we talk about, again, going back to what we should be looking for from mayors and city council folks and thinking about, it should be how many of our young people who are in high school are getting opportunities to do internships, to do summer jobs. So we've got 30, 40,000 probably kids in high school, and we got like 2,000 summer jobs.
See, I've always said we have too many Fortune 500 companies in this city by itself for Memphis to be in a situation that it's in.
Right.
I mean,
And you hear the mayor, he's like begging companies to, to please, we got 30, like you said, we got 30,000 kids and we only got 1,300 jobs. I mean, it's going to be a shortfall somewhere.
All the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But what would fix that?
smoking a good cigar like we smoking tonight.
Yeah, smoking a cigar and drinking while you're doing it. That's the best way to. That's the best way to come up with ideas.
Go by R&R and forget all your troubles.
Not all your troubles.
So, Cardell, how long you been smoking cigars, man? 'Cause I know we had one last night.
Yeah, not long, off and on. Because then when I smoke them, I got to go home and strip down. My wife was like, when I went home last night, it's like, it'll take everything off. So off and on, probably, I don't know, 15 years, but only
Right.
very rarely.
Because he came
So this
over
is
last
nice.
night. We were
This is
supposed
nice.
to shoot a commercial last night. And they canceled at the last minute. Shout out to Ben Crump. I don't know what was going on with that.
Not being crunk.
Yes. And
You talking about the lawyer?
yeah, the lawyer.
Okay.
The lawyer to the stars.
Oh, okay.
Well, he
ain't the stars.
Lawyer. He ain't lawyer to the stars.
Lawyer to
just a
Memphis.
Lawyer to the people.
Lawyer
Lawyer
to
to
the
the
people.
people.
Yeah,
To
lawyer to the
Memphis,
people.
because so many people are getting killed by police officers.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
kinda
Lawyer
great
to the
thing.
people. Yeah.
He gonna be running all around. I know that man tired.
So I saw you get a little bit more of that whiskey over there. I think you must like it.
I did. It's pretty. It's
Yeah,
very
I mean,
nice
So
whiskey.
what are you tasting when you took a swig?
I'm not an expert like you all, but when you said it, I do smell the caramel. It is a sweet taste. When I first sipped it, it didn't hit me too hard. It had a sweet taste. I mean, it's a really nice, smooth drink.
Does it pair well with that cigar?
It does. I mean, it tastes well. Like I don't. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't know a lot about what pairs well.
Yeah.
But they go together. Seems like a lighter cigar.
Lighter.
I mean, is that not right?
Nope.
That's a little.
It's not light.
What did
not
I
light.
smoke last night?
That was a light cigar you smoked last night. This is
right here is a little strong.
This is almost a full body strong
Really?
cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't know
finishing
anything.
this one.
Yep. So let me go ahead and tell y'all. So we smoking tonight a Camacho Factory Unleashed Series 3. So this is their third iteration of this cigar. Profile wise, it is almost a full bodied cigar. It's a Toro shape, San Andreas wrapper, and Honduras origin. And we all say that the description was written by porn people.
Porn people, boy.
So the
Yeah.
Gotta make
Camacho,
this shit sound
yeah,
good.
it says Camacho has made quite the name for itself with the 90 rated Connecticut 93 wrap, and a slew of other
the
top-notch
world is
blends.
going on?
So, and of course, Fabian loves Davidoff, and
Yes, I do.
apparently, Camacho is associated with Davidoff, which means that you're gonna get a top-quality tobacco along with premium construction and a more wallet-friendly price.
Okay.
So-
Is wallet friendly, right?
Well, so these cigars were like $11 a piece.
Well, I'm gonna order me a box of Davidoff when I get this building finished. So.
No.
This is Camacho.
I don't want Camacho.
He said he
No,
skipped
but you know
over-
what? This is a good smoke though. I really like it.
It's interesting.
It's unleashing on me.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna leave it right here.
See, you must have had me primed last night because the drink and the cigar are like.
He pre-gamed you last night.
I came in expecting too much because my wife was like, I'm going on a show. We're going to smoke and drink. She was like, be careful because you already don't have much of a filter. And when you drink, the filter goes away.
Hey, that's why we do it. Hey, that's why we have such a good time on the Smoke Podcast.
We
And
want
with
you
that,
to loose lip it.
Exactly. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna freshen up our drinks and take a whirl around and all that stuff. Smoke fam, we'll be right back.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the
Welcome back,
smoke,
welcome
man. So, we at the point of the show where we get to give the smoke to some deserving person or entity
That does some stupid
that
stuff.
does some stupid stuff. So they only getting what they deserve. My first inkling was to give it to the damn Cowboy fans because y'all just don't know how to gracefully win.
Not
and just,
gracefully.
They never gracefully win.
But does
hey,
anybody?
Hey, you know what? My cousin, shout out to Hawk.
You
This
do more
dude,
shout out.
this dude, he was up here. He said, Cowboys gonna win the Super Bowl,
Already?
and then Jerry Jones gonna die.
I say what now?
That's what he said. I said, so who you got for the Super Bowl? Cowboys. I said, so Jerry Jones died this year.
Not
I was like,
this
so
year.
he died this year. And you saying that they're gonna win $100? Bet. I'm like, all right.
The Cowboys gonna win this year, and Jerry
Man, I wish
Jones
I could
gonna
get some
die.
of that.
You want some of that
That's,
action?
that's free money there. Any of you
That's
Cowboy
terrible.
fans think that y'all going to the Super Bowl and you want to go ahead
No,
and
win.
put some money on it right now, just hit me up.
Hit you up, Ike.
Hit me up because I'll
See,
take that
you
bet
know,
all
I'm
day
a Bears
long.
fan. You're a Raiders fan. I know we ain't winning the Super Bowl this year. I just hope we just make the playoffs.
I just want to be
I
competitive.
want to make the
That's it.
playoffs.
Just be
I want to
competitive.
be competitive. I don't want to get blown out like
You
the
want to
Giants
have a
did.
great game, make
Yeah.
it exciting. These
Make
people
it
get paid a
exciting.
lot of money.
Listen, that
But
game
not go to the
40
Super Bowl.
40-0 was not a good game, and I'm gonna tell you how you can get. I'm gonna tell you how you can gauge because I happen to be privy to the Nielsen numbers. So
Not
it started
the Nielsen,
out,
not the
it started
numbers of it
out-
all.
Yes, it started out. Everybody was watching Channel 5 or watching NBC Sunday Night Football, and by halftime, over half of them had already changed the channel.
Dang.
So to show y'all how.
Those are Giants fans, though.
Yeah.
Those are Giants fans.
Yeah, well, Chicago folks. I mean, but then y'all was kidding yourself because
The
that was.
Chicago fan? The
How we-
Chicago Bears?
I meant the. I'm sorry. I meant the.
Giants-
the
Giants fans?
no, the Cowboys fans. They were kidding themselves. If y'all thought y'all was beating a reputable team, again, the NFL is composed of highly paid professional athletes. Obviously,
Some show up,
Obviously, something
some
happened in New York, and they didn't show up. So yeah, y'all won. But don't think for 1 second that win accounted to anything, because y'all could have beat the damn Hamilton High School football team.
Now, here's the funny thing. They started off great
Oh yeah.
until they got to the red zone and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And then Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
That's karma right there.
And he dating Kim Kardashian. That's what they say.
Well, he
The curse.
gonna have plenty of time now.
That's what got
So listen,
Hold on,
I
is
did
he
the
really?
math. I did the math. So his guaranteed money was $75 million. Guaranteed. He played for 4 minutes. That's $18.7 million a minute before his ass went down and he threw for the year.
You know. Here's the interesting thing about
He
it.
finished for the whole year, Isaac.
He finished
You
with the
know.
whole year. He getting paid $2 million a game. Oh my God! And but here's the thing: when he went down, everybody's like,
Did you really hurt yourself?
Like
I ain't watched the game. I'm just saying.
Like, bruh, get up. Come on, man. Come on,
play
man.
too
Quit
much.
playing.
You
That's
play
it.
too much.
And he got up, and then I think he's
Did he
like,
walk off the field?
No, he didn't walk off the field.
Okay.
I think he's like,
he limped though.
damn, this is why I'm supposed to sit back. And then he's like, let me sit back down.
He thought about them numbers. Like,
He
I'm
thought about it.
old. I don't got time for this.
He's like, this is my out right here. So, hey.
And then
Lord.
and then I see because
That's
when he
terrible.
went down, I was like, damn, he went down on that.
You know you fragile when you get older. How
I mean,
old
he's
is
30.
he?
He's 39. I really don't think he can come back from this.
What he do? Hurt his Achilles?
Yep,
Yeah,
towards
towards
his
his
kid.
Towards the kid.
At 39, he ain't 20 something.
And,
Yeah.
and you know what? And I was listening to NFL radio this morning while I was driving in, and they talked about the different quarterbacks that had gotten hurt, and all of them that had gotten that type of injury. It never was the same because you're always you're kind of running
tender
around
against
kind of
it.
tender, and you scared to get hit.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on.
And he 39.
And see, and he's got to have a good line to block for him. So that was the first damn problem.
No, but he did have a good line. He I mean, every once in a while somebody's gonna get you.
Somebody
Somebody
loose.
get you. I will say this, Cowboy fan. No, it wasn't Cowboys. Who were they playing?
They were playing
Who he play for? Aaron.
he played for the Jets.
He played
Oh,
for
the Jets.
Who was
Oh, they
playing?
was playing the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, they playing
Yeah,
the
they playing
Buffalo
the
Bills.
Bills. They playing
And
the
that
Bills.
was, that was a mess up
Who
game.
the Raiders take on this week? The Bills. Shout out to the Raiders.
Okay. Y'all won, didn't you?
Yeah, we
Y'all
won.
won. Okay.
Woo, child.
Well, I swear.
We gonna have to hear about this every week.
You know,
Pretty much.
but you know, I'm under the impression that let's not give the smoke to either one of those. Let's give something
we ain't
good
giving
out.
smoke.
Let's
We
give
ain't-
something
we-
good out.
Now, the Smoke fam, none of us, well, me and Ike, Kimberly's not, none of us are Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
So we take every opportunity we can to mess with Cowboy fans.
Yes.
Right.
Y'all
Every
going to Super Bowl,
Because
right?
they said a win is a win. That's all they
win
kept
is a win.
posting.
Because I sent the picture out to all my friends of what's the guy's name? Ray Charles and no Stevie Wonder, and he said, "Y'all look good to me."
Dang. Terrible.
So no, I wanted to give a huge shout out
Yeah,
to
the flowers to Wendy.
MLK 50. Oh my God,
That's my
they just
girl,
got a $900,000 grant from the Skyline Foundation.
That's what I'm talking about.
Basically, the MLK 50 will receive $900,000 in general operating support. So that ain't like you got to go buy a building. You ain't got to.
They just support
Yeah,
you.
they just
'cause
like
you doing good work.
Just because you're doing
Yeah.
good work.
You're doing good work. And
Over the next 3 years to deepen its reporting and community engagement around core coverage topics, including housing, public safety, and governmental accountability.
that's what
So
I'm talking about.
I mean, you know, that's big. They should be
That's
able to do-
positive. That's a lot of positive things going
They
on. in the
keep
city of
racking them
Memphis.
up. They keep racking them up.
Yeah,
here for it.
exactly.
So
They
I
must
thought,
be
I
doing
thought that
the
was
work.
good. Yeah, they are because
They doing great work. They doing great
I
work.
did a forum with them where they were trying to help people get housing. I mean, you'd be surprised that if it's just so many hoops that the average person has to go to just to get a place to live, and it shouldn't be that hard.
It shouldn't be that hard.
And dude, these rental prices are insane.
So what do you think the whole Airbnb thing is happening in New York? New York, what that's about?
What's
Trying to
happening
regulate the money or the
is
people?
trying to regulate, and the fact that they can't count for the money. Just think if I rent my place out, and New York is probably the highest place to rent any doggone
For
way.
Airbnb?
Yeah, the government was like, dang, we getting cut
getting
out.
no money
we ain't
off
getting
of
no
that.
When you
percentage of
get
this.
hotel taxes and
Yeah.
tourism tax and all of those things.
Yeah,
So
all that stuff
basically,
like
you
that.
got to fill out an application now and register
Most
your Airbnb.
most big cities are going like that. Most big cities are going like that. I think LA is talking about doing some kind of crackdown on that. So you can't just go out there and just rent a house and turn up. So
Turn it to an Airbnb.
yep.
And it is a turn up.
I mean, hey,
It is a turn up.
hey, you can do it.
if you could do it, you can do it.
But obviously, they don't
You
want
know
you
what?
to do it.
I didn't take Rick's advice.
I stopped drinking.
I didn't take his
Right.
advice. I mean, shit. I just took this last little sip, and I'm like, oh,
That means he will be at this studio for another 3 hours after we
you right,
leave.
man.
Cassandra, Fabian be
yeah.
home later.
I'll be
tonight.
home late, baby.
We're
Pray
gonna
for
have
me.
to sit here.
Hey, have a seat in the brown chair over there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
man.
Isaac's favorite spot.
I'm gonna go. I can go on my deck now, man. Look at the stars and shit.
Not to start. Please don't gaze too hard.
Can I get the camera on me, Tyranny?
Not you.
The red dot is on you, man.
It's on you, man.
It's on you.
What you want to do? Stupid.
Did you do a Mitch?
I did a mix.
This show, boy, I tell you.
Boy, you going to
See, this
jail.
is
You
fun.
going to
This is
hell for
fun
that
coming
one,
up.
man.
When the city come after us and ask us to testify before them, I'll be like,
I'm gonna be like,
stupid.
Oh boy.
We're gonna be getting a letter from the FCC.
Go do your thing, guys.
and the FBI, they gonna be like,
I was like, that was all Ike. That wasn't me. We were just here.
What's that thing you supposed to say? Your views are not the whatever. The opinions expressed by Isaac Singles.
It's not, it's not the true
so
opinions
Mitch,
of the smoke.
tell us, are you gonna run in 2024?
You going to hell.
He was thinking about it. He was like, nah, I'm probably
You
not.
going straight on down there.
Oh boy.
Oh my
I
God.
tell you what, you walking over, but you're limping back if you come for me.
Okay.
Oh,
The
man.
views and opinions expressed by Isaac Singles.
It's not the
Are his
opinion of the
alone.
smoke.
Fabian gave him the smoke last week, so
Well, I gave him a smoke for not just sitting down.
well,
Just sit
and-
down.
No, you know what? Actually, I didn't give him. I gave his people the smoke.
His folks.
I gave his folks. His
His
handlers.
crew.
His handlers should be like.
They should be ashamed of
They should be
themselves.
like, bruh. Why don't you just
You
sit it out?
stupid.
Sit it
But I
out.
wonder if because he can still talk, right? The man can still
At
talk.
times.
Barely.
At times. Depending on the day.
Hey, and you know what? If we've only seen 2, you got to believe
That shit happening all the
probably
time.
told
boy.
him plenty of times.
Right.
Yeah, he can't even go to his grandkid's school.
There you go. See? There we go.
The views and opinions expressed by Isaac Singleton and Fabian Matthews
Hey, don't get my whole name out.
Whole government name.
are not the whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Hey, before we get out of here, I want to give a big shout out to Kimberly. She just celebrated her birthday.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Fabian
53.
celebrates his birthday this week. We're gonna turn up.
We're going to turn up at Fabian's house. He going to cook.
I got to cook. Oh man.
And I want to give a big shout out to Will. Will is apparently having surgery this
He got
Friday.
that hip surgery. He
Having
got
hip
that
surgery.
bad hip.
That man
He
business
got
on
that
there.
bad hip. Boom, boom. Boy, he gonna be able to dance next week.
Yeah, whoa, hey.
He gonna be doing the stanky leg.
Well, he is a Chiefs fan, so I mean, he.
They recruit.
He walking like Mahomes. Mahomes got that funny walk.
Hey, you on your own on that one, dog.
Let me get in because our school board member Frank Johnson had some health challenges come up recently and had a little bit of a stroke, but I hear he's recovering.
Oh, that's good.
So just a shout out to him.
That's
Can you
good.
have a
and his
little bit
recovery.
of a stroke?
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
You
have
can
a-
have a mini
You
one.
have a man. You have mild because
I don't know how bad it was, but I think I hear that he's
You can have a mild stroke. You don't have
so-
to have a full-on blown
Well,
one.
I'm glad
some
I'm
hope
glad
to-
he's getting
to
better.
that
I'm glad
brother.
he's getting better.
He's a good
Definitely
So
glad
listen,
he's
you
getting
guys get out and vote. Early voting starts this Friday in Shelby County and runs until September the 30th. So you got pretty much no excuse. Listen, take your grandmama, take your mama, take your auntie,
Take your kids.
pick somebody up and take them to go vote.
No,
I never forget that time I voted out at Shelby Farms. God's other kids had all their old folks there. They had this one lady. She was pushing a walker, could barely walk, but she was gonna go vote.
Right.
And she got to skip the line past all of us, healthy people, and they let her get on in there and vote. So again, there's no excuse. You guys got to.
But
get
we
out and
use
vote.
a lot of them.
Oh, we got
Yeah,
a lot
we
of
use a lot
excuses.
of them.
And if
We
you
got
want
a lot.
want information, go to our Facebook page or social
Yeah,
media.
give us all
Stand
your
for
information,
Children. Stand for Children Tennessee. You can look us up on anything. People for Fairness and Justice is our PAC. We'll have a ballot out at almost all of the precincts during early voting and on Election Day. So look out if you don't feel like you're informed enough and you trust us good enough. We try to make the best choices we can for the people that we think are going to serve the city. So we'll have a full ballot with almost all selections.
Yeah, I would be
in all
curious
the-
to see who
the
y'all
counties.
chose. I would definitely be.
He already told
curious.
you the main one.
He did tell you the main one.
Yeah, but remember, council districts
Yeah,
are
yeah,
important.
And that
They-
makes
they get to
makes a
set-
whole lot of difference right there. Those,
We've
those
had
council seats.
some craziness on the city council and the county commission, and we've got a lot of backroom deals that get made, especially on the city council with the 14th councilman Alan Wade. So you want people who are
Is that the
keeping
lawyer?
watch.
Wait a minute. Alan Wade is the city attorney, right?
You would say, yeah. The city
He
council.
said you say.
hey, what is it?
call
So
it the
they
14th
say.
So they
council.
say.
A lot of people say it.
A lot of people say it.
14th.
It was almost like he said, the hell they say.
Wow. Hey, you on your own on that one. Alan, don't come for us. We didn't say nothing.
The
That was
views and opinions.
expressed by our guests are their own.
All that other shit he said, we agree with.
Yeah, but I don't know nothing about no 14th council. None of that stuff there.
Hey, that was just some
The 14th.
exclusive stuff
That was
right
some
there.
exclusive. There you go.
That's what my wife was talking about.
Them loose lips, baby. They look at they loosen them lips.
So what you saying? We should blame Rick for this then. That's what you're saying. That's Rick's fault. That
Rick, that's your fault.
You better
Rick
plead
said,
the
I ain't
fifth.
for it.
Hey, that second pour, he poured by himself. So yeah, you on your own on that
Hey,
one.
so
dog.
he
Rick
been
said
in a
I
little
plead
corner.
the fifth. Rick said I plead the fifth.
Rick said, I plead the fifth.
And don't be giving out his business name today.
All right, man. We had an incredible show, man. We laughed hard. We had a good time. But most important, Smoke fans, we gave you some incredible information that we hope you use to choose who you want to vote for to run
And
the
please
city.
vote.
And I don't care who you vote for. Just vote. Just vote.
Just vote.
Just vote.
Just vote.
That's right.
We
All
want
right.
to see some different numbers.
Yeah, because them numbers we had last time was. Woo.
Well, real quick, there's several people that can't run again. So we are going to see, there's going to be some different faces. Now, it's up to y'all who those faces are.
Yeah.
But there's definitely going to be some
You
different
got
faces.
4 or 5 council members who are either term limit or like Cheyenne Johnson's choosing not to run again. So, yeah.
Martavius is out.
Yeah, he's term
he's
limited.
term limited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's term limited.
Okay.
So
Well,
You get to make a choice.
You gotta make a
no
choice.
vote, no voice.
Exactly. All right, smoke fans. Until we smoke again,
We'll
we will
holla.
holla.
This is the Spotlight.